Now, this is really important. All you have to do is put $20 in it. So,
Okay.
one thing with this, there's no credit pool. They don't pull your credit. This is the best part. As long as you have $20 in the savings account, everything else is golden. We want to maximize the relationship with those banks so we can get, that lending power that we deserve. What I like about
Right.
this one, the secret one, not everyone knows about it. Navy Federal is not going to give you a $20,000 credit card if you don't have.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Calvin Russell here. Super excited to bring you all yet another guest speaker. Okay. Now, you guys have seen him many times on this channel before. You guys always say bring him back. And you guys always get a lot of great gems as he talks about Navy Federal, different credit unions, different credit card strategies and hacks. Well, listen, get your notepads out. He doesn't have a lot of time today, but he is back to give you guys some more updated information about those things as well. So without any further ado, I want to go ahead and bring you all Mr. Ecom Bulldog. Ecom, how are you, sir?
Calvin, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
We ready
Yes,
for
sir.
we ready for credit liftoff? Thank you.
That's right, man. Every time, man. Every time. But listen, man, first off, you slimming down over here, man. What's been going on?
Oh, brother, God is good. At the end of the day, wake up, been more spiritual, and definitely
Yeah.
on my health game. Every
Yeah.
morning I get up and walk 3 miles. Don't start the day
There
without
you
walking
go.
3 miles. If I miss a
Wow.
morning, I'll make it up throughout the day for sure. But yeah, that's
There you
my
go.
my non-negotiable.
Okay. There you go, man. There you go. Ecom's on top of the credit information for you guys. And of course, making sure we get that health information as well, too, man, because that's what it's all about. None of this stuff matters if we're not going to be in the best version of ourselves, as time progresses on. So
Ooh,
easier said than done, but we got to put that work in.
there you go. There you go. For
That's
sure.
for sure, man. All right, let's go right into it, man. So here, of course, we know that you've been talking about Navy Federal for years, and I truly believe that when people join the credit union in general, they don't know what are some of the first things that they should do. Okay, so now, what are some of the first steps that people should do right when they join Navy Federal? Because sometimes they just get a checking account, and then that's pretty much it. They may or may not sign up for direct deposit. They may or may not start using them as I won't say their primary bank, but at least start using them more. What are some things that you would recommend that people should do as soon as they get with Navy Federal?
So first things first, I feel like obviously opening the account. Once they're in Navy Federal, I strongly recommend build multiple products with them. Most people that have a bank, all they're gonna do is open up a checking account and cash their check with them. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And they wonder why they're getting denied by these banks. Navy Fed operates with an internal score. The more products you have, the better it is that they'll loan you a credit card, auto loan, all these different type of loans that they offer. So first things first, open up. I like a flagship checking. Now, why do I like a flagship checking? Because it's your elite checking account. The minimum requirement is 1,500. If you don't have 1,500, they'll just charge you $15 a month. I'd rather take the hit of $15 a month, knowing, telling Navy Federal that I'm an elite, client of theirs, having a flagship checking. Number two, open up a savings account. Now, this is really important. All you have to do is put $20 in it. Now, why? Because it's another product with Navy Federal. So when they pull and then you're applying for credit, they see that you have, like I said, multiple products. They'll see you have a flagship and you have a savings account. This is the best part. As long as you have $20 in the savings account, everything else is golden. Okay? Because even when other banks run your credit, they're going to know that you have a positive account with other institutions and savings account. They're not going to see how much money you had, but it's going to be a green light like, oh man, he's got a savings account with that other with the other bank, right? Because they have their whole criteria and they know what we have and what we don't have.
If you're looking to increase your credit score, qualify for homeownership, or lower your monthly car payment, we can help you. We can take a look at your credit report and create a custom game plan for you to help you accomplish your credit goals. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description below. Now back to the video.
Okay, so those two things are key. And then go
Okay.
into the CD account, certificate of deposit, CD account, certificate of deposit. For her, we did 250 for 10 months. Okay,
Mm,
$250 for 10 months.
yeah.
And interesting, the interest that she's going to earn on those 250, it's going to be like $3 or $4. But listen,
Mm, yeah.
having 250 in your checking account, you know how much money it's making?
How
15
much?
cents. 15 cents.
Mm,
Okay? So having that money in your savings account, it's probably making like 25 cents.
right.
Okay. So I rather,
Yeah.
okay, it ain't crazy money, of course,
Nope.
but I rather put it in a CD account, letting me make me at least a couple dollars, right?
Absolutely.
Just something,
Absolutely.
CD account. Also, adding a authorized user is really important because I think a lot of our audience members, they're really misconstrued because they're like, well, I have this Capital One, it's $300. I want to get a $20,000 credit card. Navy Federal is not going to give you a $20,000 credit card if you don't have any comparable credit. Okay,
Mm,
comparable mean give me at least a $5,000 credit card that you have with another bank. That's
yeah.
why an authorized user is really, really important on your profile. And then followed by direct deposit. It's a must because they know money's coming in. So when
Right.
you ask for a loan, or auto loan, oh yeah, he good. Calvin good. He got direct deposit. We can just get that money from him because he gets deposited every 2 weeks or once a month. Okay, I think I mentioned 4. 5 is Oops. All right, another one, another product. Oops is optional overdraft protection service. It's pretty much it keeps you from going negative on your account, and they'll cover up to $500 on any spend. Sometimes, hey, people, we mess up sometimes, and then say, oh man,
Yeah.
I thought I had $100, and they took the cable bill. Cable bill was 150
Mm,
because you bought a little extra pay per
right.
view. Okay,
Yeah.
so now you're negative. Oops covers up to 500. Now, during this process, I don't want you to be negative because that's going to not give you the best chances so you can get your high limit credit card. But those are the basic steps that I feel like everyone can have so they can get their 20K card.
Got you. Got you. Okay. So hope you guys wrote that down. That's what you want to do to put yourself in the best position possible to get that higher limit, especially like over 15,000, that 20,000 in that range. And essentially, like most, well, in this particular case, it sounds like to me you're just using them. You like using not using them just to get the credit card, but you're actually being active. You're being an active account holder. Okay. So you're using different banking products and things of that sort. Let's take a step back, Ecom. Now, you mentioned how they can open up a CD. Just to confirm, is that CD the same thing as the pledge loan?
Oh, no, no, no. Totally different. A CD
Gotcha.
is when you put the money in, they lock it up, and they're giving
Yep.
you interest on that money. A pledge loan
Mm,
is you put the money in, and they're charging you an interest on that money,
right.
2.25%. So one
Right.
is you're making
Okay.
money with it. The other one is they're reporting your credit and they're loaning you back your own money, at 2.25%.
Okay, perfect. Want to make sure people got that. We see that question sometimes in the comments. Want to make sure you guys will too. And listen, me and Econ were talking a little bit before we started the interview. Many banks could technically, do the same thing as a pledge loan. They just title it that or promote it as such. Real quick, be sure to download our free ebook today. All you got to do is scan this QR code right here or click the link in the description below. Now back to the video. But I'll even go further back than that. What started like, before credit, before self, and of course, previously self lender, that's what it was. Here in Chicago, we had a bank called Guarantee Bank. This was ago, probably 15 years ago. And either way, they used to call it a credit builder. And the credit builder essentially was you essentially paid $100 a month and you got $1,000. So how they did was you applied for it. Most everybody got approved. They gave you $1,000 in cash, and then you paid $100 a month for 12 months. So you essentially paid thousand, but they sold it as a credit builder. Okay. And so saying that to say that's when kind of self came on the scene. And that's when they said, okay, let's reverse that where you pay every single month and then we'll let the interest build into it. So essentially, you're building credit just by saving your own money and getting a little bit of interest as well. That is something that banks can do. They just don't advertise it as such. Right, Sledge? Oh, Sledge. Right, Ecom?
Yes, yes, that's for sure. They do similar things.
Yeah.
Some bank might have better percent, right? But they
Yeah.
ultimately all do the same thing, and we want to maximize the relationship with those banks so we can get that lending power that we deserve, right? I'm tired of hearing stories
Absolutely.
of people
Absolutely.
banking. Oh, I've been banking with Wells Fargo for 5 years. They don't even give me a
Mm,
$5 credit card. You see what I mean? So it hurts. So that's
yeah,
why me and Calvin right here giving you guys that free sauce you guys deserve, so you guys can implement the information.
that's
You
right.
know, I hear people follow
Absolutely.
me.
Absolutely. Now let's go into the next thing as well too. Let's break down the pledge loan because a lot of people they'll get a pledge loan and they'll pay it every single month and there's nothing wrong with that. However, you do it a little bit more strategically. And is it the same process as what you just mentioned once you join Navy Federal? Essentially, like what's the difference between the way that you would tell someone to do it versus them just doing it on their own? Like how much it should be, how much they should
Yeah,
pay.
great question. So the pledge loan, which I didn't talk about it as one of the steps because we're going to
Yeah.
go into it. So the
Yep.
pledge loan is a crucial step because you are telling the bank, "Hey, I have this much money." Okay, so there you are. Let's say putting. I say everyone do it for more than 1,000 because if you do it for less than 1,000, it can only be there for 6 months. So you want to do it for more than 1,000 so you can at least get 18 months. Okay, so you're putting up the money for this example. We'll say 1,500. You
Okay.
put 1,500. They lock it up in your savings account. Okay, they're gonna lock it up. Okay, and then they're gonna give you the money right back in your checking account. They're gonna ask you, do you want to check also? No, it's okay. Put it in my checking account, and then 3 days later, you're gonna pay it back on the app. It says make a payment. You're gonna use that same money that's in checking, and then you're gonna pay it off, and you're gonna leave $100 balance. And by the end of the month, you should have a 20 to 50 point boost because you just paid it 95% in that time frame. So you just technically, in the eyes of the bank, you did multiple payments with one payment.
Multiple payments with just that one payment. Now, let me ask you this too, Ecom. Now, do you recommend that people do this multiple times, or is there ever a time when you would say, okay, just do it the one time, and then when you get to the 700s, you don't have to do it anymore? What's your recommendation on that?
I mean, I was in the past, I was telling people to do it twice just to build, right? And I'm at a point now where like just do it once. I feel like people don't execute on none of the information. Just do it once. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like let's be real, right? We give all this game and
Yeah.
not that many people execute, but just do it one time. One time's enough. But if you could do it with one time with that bank, use that same money when you pay it back because they give it right back to you, and do it with
Yeah.
another bank.
Mm,
Now you're building with multiple banks. And I recommend everyone
okay.
three
Now, when
banks.
you say three banks, okay, that we do this, are and because we know that banks technically have a pledge loan, but they don't call it that. What do we like? What would a person say? What would you like? What would you have them do? They walk into the bank. They say, "Hey,
Oh, I like to do a
want to
secure
get a
secure
you
loan.
said a
Just
what?
I would like to do
A secured loan. Got it.
a secure loan. So
Okay.
one thing with this, there's no credit pull. They don't pull your credit.
Right.
You have to be approved for it, but there's
Yeah.
no credit pull, which is great. We don't want inquiries on our report.
That's right.
Okay, so you go to the bank and say you like to do a secure loan, which is the same thing as a pledge loan. Okay, and then they're gonna
Got it.
fill out the information. Your money has to be in the savings account already. So be prepared for that.
Mm,
Or you can walk in with the money and say,
yeah.
look, I have money to do it. They're just going to grab it and put it in your account.
Now, let me ask you this too. Is there a reason why you say, okay, at least 2 to 3 banks? Is there a
Yeah,
reason
yeah.
for
Me,
that?
me specifically, like I said, I preach what I teach.
Yeah.
It's more like, okay, you
Yeah.
need one bank account to pay the bills, right?
Yeah.
One for
Yeah.
investments, and then one for vacation. So you
Okay.
want one of each. That way,
Okay.
your money's not commingling because, quite frankly, people don't know how to spend. Right? They see 5,000 in the bank account
Yeah.
and they want to go get some Jordan.
It's gone.
I'm gone. You know what
Right.
I mean? And it's like you need to have that discipline. You need to have
Yeah.
that discipline.
Yeah. Especially when it's not, especially with like you just mentioned, especially when it's not like all with the same account. It's a little more work, like with at least the setup. But once the setup is done, you're pretty much there. But I get the reason behind it because that reduces the chances of you essentially, like you just mentioned, not even just co-mingling, but blowing that money too. especially when you're supposed to be having it for different, spaces. And like you just mentioned, people are now, as we're getting older, everyone's kind of going into, okay, I should be investing my money somewhere. I should be saving my money for something or whatever the case may be. So, but okay, that's
Remember,
some great
people,
information as
they don't
well.
have a money making problem. They make money, whether it's even
Mm,
Social Security,
yeah.
you make money, right? They have an investing problem. That's it, right? They
Mm,
have an investing problem.
right.
I mean, your demographic is probably like around the same age as us, maybe like 30 to 50, right? But let's really think about it. When was the last time they invested in themselves, right?
Mm,
I mean, the best
right.
investment they probably have right now is watching our YouTube channels,
That man. Yeah.
but it's free.
Yeah.
But free only gets you so far, right?
Got to put some skin in the game. Right. Yeah.
Got to put some skin in the game, man. And
Yeah.
like I said, guys, not every execution is going to be a win. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Like I still fail, but
We
the
all do.
failure is different.
That's right.
Failure is different.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love and I implement fast. Like you
Mm,
guys watching this video, promise. If you're already in Navy Federal, go do the pledge loan. Like, do it right after watching this video and tag Calvin. Be like, hey, yo, Calvin, thank you, man. I did it. That's how you thank them
yeah.
because you're
By
actually
implementing.
implementing. That's it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. I love to hear that, man. Love to hear that. Let's continue on with that as well too, because you're always on top of just different, credit card trends and things that's going on with, not just Navy Federal, but credit unions and things of that sort. But you're always looking for I won't say the next best thing, but things that people should know about, especially as they're starting to increase their credit scores and things of that sort. But you mentioned that there was a secret bank that essentially is giving out, not just giving out, but the chances are pretty high that you're going to get approved for around about $20,000 for a credit card. What is that financial institution and what do they have to do to be a part of that?
this is the thing though. Everyone probably listened to us or has probably heard about Truist,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
They probably heard about KeyBank,
Yeah.
right? But then some of your audiences in California, they can't get Truist, they can't get
Mm,
SunTrust, right? They can't get
mm.
KeyBank, right?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Unless they have a business and they have a foreign entity, then
Yeah.
you can get that bank. But that's a different. That's a game went over everybody's head. But how? So most banks have geo restriction. So if you don't
Mm,
live in that city or become a part of the American Career Council, you can't become a member of that credit union. What I like about
right.
this one, the secret one, and it's not a secret, but it does make it a little bit mysterious. Not everyone knows about it. It's
Yeah.
called Christian Community Credit Union, and
Mm,
you can pre-qualify from the jump. So it'll tell you if your credit's good, your low chances of getting approval, or your high chances of getting approval for up to a $20,000 card. But remember, this whole video was about building a relationship with the bank. You see what I mean?
yeah.
That way,
Yeah.
if you pre-qualify and they say, "Hey, high chances of approval up to 20K," let me build with them. So that way, my
Gotcha.
my chances go,
Gotcha.
and now you got possibly 20K from Christian community, and then you got 20K from Navy Federal. Now you got 40K. Now you need to round up 2 or 3 family members that believe in your vision. Use that
Mm,
money and put it to work, guys. Put it to work. That's
gotcha.
the hard part.
Yeah.
Family don't want to tap
Okay.
in. Family scared. But yeah,
Man, let's talk about that because I want to talk about things that people could do or ideas, to put that to work. Well, let's take a step back. What do you need to do in order to join this credit union? Or what are the requirements?
nothing. Just have a pulse.
Man,
That's
okay,
it. That's
gotcha.
it. I mean, you know what I mean? Literally.
Yeah,
You ain't got to be a
okay,
part of no automobile group. You don't got to be part of a fitness group. Nothing. It's just you can apply Christian Community Credit Union, and you
okay.
can pre-qualify from the jump. I think you sign in as a guest to see what you qualify for.
Right, pre-qualification. I did see that as well too. And then okay, and then also too, you cut out a little earlier, but essentially about $20,000 or something like that. What was the lowest you've seen somebody get approved for recently?
10,000. 10,000.
Okay, got you. Okay,
10,000. Yeah, lower. Yeah. My
okay,
son, because I kind of like everything I get the information, I implement,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I had him pre-qualify. He 20K.
Mm,
But
wow, out the
my
gate.
son got a good profile,
Yeah,
750 credit score. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So different profile. I'm passionate about what I do. I just
Absolutely.
want to educate more and just grow more.
And helping people too, man. There's a lot of people that, it starts off with them getting out the threes, the fours, the fives, but then they say, okay, what should I be doing? What other things should I be looking? What relationships should I be building, banks with and things of that sort? So, man, most definitely some great information as well to econ for sure. All right. Well, listen, man, we greatly appreciate you, stopping in, as always. As of course, I'll be sure to follow back up with you a little bit later down the line to see, what else is going on in the Navy Federal world, but also in the banking world in general. That way we can continue to get people the right information, here as well. And we did have a few elite members that had a couple of questions as it pertained to Navy Federal. Did you mind sticking around for about 5 to 10 minutes?
Oh, for you, yeah, you got it, brother. We got you.
Oh, there you go, man. And listen, guys, everyone that's watching this on YouTube, again, let us know inside the comment section if you guys want us to bring Econ Bulldog back. We most definitely will be bringing him back, and the way you guys can continue to get this information, let us know inside the comment section below as well, too. But thanks again, Econ. We greatly appreciate you, sir.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, Calvin.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.